guys, so let's get right onto it. So it's the AM, this is the business. Of course I show the business because I get new viewers. And I want people to understand what epigenetic gene therapy can do to your body at the age of 47. Yes, and I've had 10 surgeries on my left knee because I was a professional skateboarder. So I cannot run, jump, lunge, or squat. And yet I still managed to build the old leg muscles. And of course the upper body through ketogenesis, which is amazing. But today I really just want to do another quick video on getting ripped, building muscle. These are not new subjects. These are revisited subjects that everyone still wants to know. I can go and talk about disease, but people are like, oh, a little bit. But a lot of you guys, you want to get tone, you want to get ripped, you want to build muscle, and you want to have energy. Whew. Energy without crashing, without needing to go for that carb upload meal to recover from glycogen depletion. So that, you guys, is the subject. So let's get right on to it. Okay, so on the message boards, I keep hearing things about ketogenesis. Well, a lot of it is just glooped up, blopped up information that makes absolutely no sense. For example, cyclic ketosis. For example, carb loading. Cyclic ketosis, there's no such thing. You cannot reach a highly adapted keto state until your brain learns and it has to develop the enzymes to even break down fat, because our bodies are so used to burning carbohydrates and our glycogen storage is that. So people do this 5 days of a ketogenic diet followed by the weekend of reloading to grow muscle. Okay, I know that makes sense to you guys, but on a cellular level, that's not what's happening. You're actually creating more metabolic damage, and I think a lot of you guys are already starting to feel that. Because when you deplete your glycogen from Monday to Friday, your brain is starving because it doesn't know how to use the ketones. You can break down a little bit. And a lot of you guys who do cyclic ketosis, you don't put enough fat in your diet. If you don't put enough fat in your diet, your body's going to hold on to its safety reserve, which is the fat like this. Okay? This is a fat molecule. All right? This is your belly fat. This is fat everywhere. Guys who've got back fat and whatnot. Okay? The body's going to do this. It's not going to be like, oh, well, this, Jack or Kayvon dropped his carbs for 5 days and look how shredded I am. If that were so, people wouldn't be taking clenbuterol and drugs to lose weight and caffeine and all this ephedrine and all this garbage. If that were true, guys would have more muscly bubbles. They would have muscly bubbles. I like that. Bubbly muscles. You wouldn't have to do so much cardio. Now me, this is a non-cardio body. I do zero cardio. The best that I can condition my heart is to do pull-ups. Yeah? Because I broke my knee and I've had 10 surgeries. So how in the heck can I be so lean on nearly 2,000 calories and 80% of it fat? Because I didn't refeed, guys. No refeeding. This is a ketogenic body that's highly adapted to burn ketones via the liver, converting it into ketones and beta-hydroxybutyrate to get through the Krebs cycle into your cells from out of the blood and into your brain. So a lot of you guys have it wrong. So a lot of these people who do like high protein, low carbohydrate, you know what happens? And people do that because they're like, well, if I eat too much fat, I can't access my body fat. And I'm like, yes, in the beginning. Because remember, your brain is used to glucose your entire life. A little tyke, brain is used to glucose. And then you want it to burn body fat and spare the muscle? Hell no! It's not going to do that. Everybody would be walking around like Adonis if that were true. Everybody would have the business if that were true. That's not true. So many people struggle with body image. And they're young. They're young little buggers, a little wet behind the ear, and they're consumed by their bodies. Women want to be toned. I don't want big muscle. Can't get big muscle. All right, guys know that. Guys are like, please. Guys want to get big without looking too fat. And none of it works. It's like this. So I talked to a friend yesterday at the gym. He does physique. And he looked, he didn't look good to me. He looked good because of the dedication of his strength training. But I could see that he was carving up 400 carbs after depletion. And his skin and his liver was just like, oh, you're killing me, dude. And that glycation started to rise. And the ability to clear out that insulin isn't working. So he looked inflamed, just skin like this, and bloated, and he looked water retented, and he looked tired. His reflexes weren't like this, like, let's go. Because just because you carb load, your glycogen storages can only hold about 2,000 calories. So what does that mean, you guys? It means you can burn through it again like that. You ever go to the gym, 45 minutes, you're freaking hungry again. You have no energy. And you need caffeine, which is why the coffee Nazis can't stand me. Oh, don't you take away my coffee, girl. Oh, no. Don't you take it away from me. I'm about to troll your ass. You guys do what you want. I'm just a freaking messenger. Caffeine overstimulates the adrenal glands, alright, producing glucose, insulin. That's the problem. Fight or flight, all day long, all day long, all day long, inverted cortisol, and your testosterone takes a hit over time. And then it's a diuretic. And you're pissing out your vitamin D. And you know what piggybacks on D? All the minerals. You need your magnesium. That's the bad cycle of cyclic ketosis, carb loading, carb backloading, and the addictions. When you deplete your glycogen for 5 days and the brain is freaking out because it's starving, the gas tank is empty, and it starts going into a gluconeogenic effect like that. Boom! Eat, eat. It's saying eat, eat, eat. And your body's telling you, those mind is like, eat some carbs, yo. And you don't want to eat the fat because you're afraid to get fat because people think that fat makes you fat. But they don't understand it's a dense molecule. There's no insulin receptor site on your fat cells for fat, contrary to the belief, the popular belief of conventional thinking that fat is fat. Fat is not fat. And carbohydrates from a cracker and this chicken skin, they digest and metabolize in a different way, and you have to learn that science. Yes, people use a ketogenic diet to drop fat, but they're dropping a lot of muscle in the beginning, stepping on the scale. Don't get it twisted. You have to be highly keto adapted to spare the muscle and be anabolic and burn the fat. Because when you become very highly keto adapted and insulin sensitive, you don't need bolus amounts of insulin to build muscle. Because I gained 11 pounds of freaking muscle in a year at the age of 47 with janked up knee, and no cardio at all. And I don't lift heavy. I've broken a lot of stuff. I'm not like, I don't train to failure at all. Yes, this is a ketogenic body. And this isn't genetics. This is epigenetic gene expression therapy. That's why the body turned out like this. And I've been working and pushing those little knobs and buttons for quite some time right now. So remember, when you refeed on your carbohydrates, you jack up your insulin and your glucose goes high. And you might develop insulin resistance doing that cycling process. Because the body can only handle 1 teaspoon, 5 freaking grams of carbs every time that you eat. And eating 400 or 500 carbs after depleting yourself around 100 to 90, and then you jack up your carbohydrates, you glycate. Glycation end product. Your cells become attacked with glucose. Yeah? Look at a diabetic. They have a disease of high blood sugar. You know what you do when you carb load like that? You spike your insulin and you spike your glucose. And because you're young, you don't feel the effects of this kind of glycating process. You can clear out the glucose, but you cannot clear out that insulin. And it will make you age like that. So after a couple of years of doing this, cardio, deplete the carbs, chicken breasts, methionine, egg whites. Where are the fat soluble vitamins, yo? How's your body getting the building blocks to be in homeostasis? This is homeostasis, right? Anabolic, catabolic. You can't be just strictly anabolic because you might develop cancer. You can't be just in a growth spurt all the time. You got to break down and build up, and break down and build up. But glycating is a constant breakdown through gluconeogenesis. You spike your blood glucose, and you release cortisol, and your blood sugar spikes, and then insulin takes it out, and you crash. But now you crashed too far, so your body's got to get the blood sugar back up again. And the whole process goes all day long. And that's why around 3 o'clock, after your post-workout, you're hungry. You're like, give me some pizza. Give me some greasy freaking Thai food. Give me some French fries. Boom, glucose shoots up. Boom, insulin shoots right down. And the whole process starts again. And your liver is suffocating. And your adrenals are freaking exhausted. You don't reach ketosis. You're not highly adapted. Your brain's like, ketones, glucose. Weekend comes. Well, right when that body's about to cross that bridge over to keto land, you go right back to glucose. And the body goes back to that crack pipe that it knows. You have to develop the enzymes to break down the fat and to even get into a state of ketosis. You have to eat fat because the brain has to give up its primary source of fuel, its commodity. And to give up the glucose and you're not eating enough fat? Oh, hell no. Y'all think you're adapted? You're not. And that's why your carb cravings are always around the corner. 5 years keto adapted, highly adapted. That's why I can always burn fat. And because I'm insulin sensitive and I don't need a ton of insulin to grow muscle because I'm still eating protein, yo, then that insulin is, boom, building muscle in my body. 11 pounds in a year on a woman with a janked up knee. Sorry guys, I'm just really passionate because I get these people talking and they think they know. You don't know. You can't do ketogenic diet 5 days and then, oh, I get ripped and on the weekends I build big muscle because I just overshoot my body and completely glycate my cells with way too much processed carbohydrates that the body was never meant to freaking metabolize, which jacks you up. You never get lean and then, oh, I gotta do cardio again. Then you start burning muscle, yeah? Look at long distance runners. They're this thin because their body's eating itself. Not my body. Check this out, when I don't eat food, My body accesses the body fat. It can give up its commodity.